Hello folks, well we've got another of our own sets here. So as I said yesterday, we're going to shed all our multi-norms which are new, and also the demonstration ones which is of course new but have had a demonstration done. So because we don't sell things, and we never have sold things even when I had a television shop, all televisions which we bought in were unboxed, tested with the back off, power supply set up properly, and then they were back in the box. And we've always done the same with CB radios because they never come out of the box working properly, which is why we have had an optimisation service for 40 years. So we're going to undo this totally brand new blue Midland, which is still a current model, and we're going to do the service. We're also going to sell two more Midland 78s, the one that used to be in the test vehicle and the one that used to be in Mr. Chippy's car, which is the amber one. And I have to admit, I think the amber one works better. I think we'll get the cloth because it's a brand new set. And then we'll see how crummy it is out of the box. Make sure I printed off my setup chart for this version, with there being at least 3 versions. This is the surface mount version. So new set, I guess the 8th today, really doesn't matter, 8th of October. Serial number is Q16322290. Right, we will connect it to power. Shall I use the power? No, we'll use the crocodile clips rather than undo the power lead. 13.8 volts, and we're on, and of course it's on EC, and I'm going to have to remember the procedure. You press 2 buttons at once, and I can't remember which 2 it is. Is it those 2? Whoops. Yeah. Because it's an 80 channel set, I will do it on UK channel 1, so it's in the centre of the 80 channel band. If it was a 40 channel set, we would do it on the centre of the band it was on. So we're going to be fair. We are going to need the microphone. I'm hoping I can find one on a used set. And the answer is yes. Saves having to unpack a new mic. So we're going to do everything on channel 1 of UK. obviously don't have low power, so it's going to be channel 1 CEPT, channel 1 UK, channel 40 UK. We're going to have a DV, it was going to have AM mod. It does AM when selected to do so. Good, well that's a good start, isn't it? Well, the backlight works, it's a new set. Oh right, so how many watts is it going to do? Let's put picture in picture on the low scale. So let's plug the equipment into the aerial. While we're at it, we'll plug the equipment into the extension speaker socket. Oh, that's the wrong one. That's that one. Okay, so here we are, channel 1 UK and 2.7 watts. Channel 40. 2.4 watts. See why they need optimising? And if we go to the CPT, go to channels, we have to press it a long time, we do. Channel 1, that's a bit more, we'll have to go on the other scale, 3.1 watts. So you can see it's been optimised for CPT, which nobody uses that I'm aware of in this country. Well, none of our customers seem to. Deviation, we'll go back to UK, and we'll select channel 20 so I don't have to reset the test equipment for the deviation test. While it actually says 2.2, which may be right. We can't believe this test set. So now we'll open the setup. I'll be putting our own seal on this. What's the recommended price on these? £109. I think we'll be able to do it just less than that, and it being serviced as well. I know they're not easy to take apart. We need to take both lids off. Don't think we've got to unsolder the speaker. Get a decent sized modulation transformer. Right, so we said we're going to do it on channel. We're going to do the. We'll do the receive. Just turn the volume down. So if we test it on channel 1 of UK, we could have conversely tested it on channel 40 of CPT. But here we go. 27.7.60125, isn't it? Yes, Mr. Tango. 27. 60125. Just see how on frequency the radio is. At least they're adjustable. These are, I think these are the last set of a real RF meter and not a pre-programmed one. 60131, we won't be altering that. It's absolutely fine. So 27.79131, so it should be 125, slightly high. Crystals drop with age, so we're not going to change that. It's the crystal trimmer there. Right, so let's see what it's doing on receive. So with the cyanide meter on, we will go and select it. Oh, it's one of those, is it? Touch the set, works better. 0.39. And for 10 dB, 0.32. And for 100 dB, 1 microvolt. And the squelch, let's go to the attenuator. Bit tight. It is 2.4 millivolts. And the threshold .3. For S9, it should be 100 microvolts, and it's correct. And when pressing transmit, it says 4, which is lying. Obviously it's a new set, we can tick all this off. Right, let's go through the transmitter. Turn the volume down so people don't get annoyed. Let's go over to the main meter and see whether we can actually coax it to do more than, was it 2.7 watts or something? We'll start by turning the power up. It's now 3. And we'll go through these. There is one in there somewhere. If only I could find it. I'll have to get a torch on that. Good. Let's do the deviation next. I'll have to get a torch and come back to that, but if I do the deviation with the other test set, except the other test set isn't on, so we'll have to wait for 5 minutes. I can see I'm going to have to come back to this. I've got a doctor's appointment in about 20 minutes. So, let's start with the receiver. So, the detector an AM detector, I've got an FM detector. Let's put a bit more volume on and put the oscilloscope up. Very slightly out. Let's look at the synad. And turn the squelch down. Slight improvement there. That's all there is. Then we're avoiding that done with the spectrum analyzer. Then we've got an AM one there. Now to do that, we're going to reprogram the set for a different country. Let's try that one. Key it up, lock that in, and we'll go for channel 40, so we're in the centre of the band. We'll reset the signal generator. Right, we're in AM. So we're going to now do the AM detector. That wasn't far out, but it was out. So while we're doing the AM detector, we'll do the AM mod on transmit. I'll have to reset the meter, camera 1. Give me feedback. Reset the meter. AM mod. Wallow. So it needs to be, full scale deflection on this meter is 90%. So we want it to be about 90%. Wallow, it's 90%. So we're not going to touch that. And if we did, it is the preset there is AM mod. So we will say it's 90+%. So I've done all our AM things. Just check the power's the same. 3.4 watts. I'll come back to this after my appointment. Okay, so behind the scenes I did the deviation. It was about 1. Yeah, it's about 1.7 in reality. It's now 2.2 to 2.5. Since I'm using the test set behind me, there's no loss in you not seeing that bit. Let's just put this one on. FM. Wallow. So this is about 2 on that, was probably lying. So we've done that. So we've done the receive, haven't we? Oh, doctor gave me a sick note for 2 weeks. I should have done transmit current before, but I didn't. It's 1.287. So we've covered all that. We'll come back to I want to do the squelch. And if the RF meter is adjustable, we need to just adjust it. So according to my notes, the RF meter is the preset there. See whether we can tilt it up or whether I'm going to lose my power. We're going to lose the power. It's the trouble when I'm not using the proper power lead, isn't it? Let's try again. So check we're on FM, I think we are. Can't even see what that says with these glasses. Well, it still says 4, so it's the preset there if it was way out. So on receive, go back to channel 1. We've done the transmit on AM. We've done the FM. We've done the AM detector. So we can go back to UK channels. Go to channel 1 where we've been setting it up. And 60125. So we've got 100 microvolts on the signal generator, so the meter should read 9, which it doesn't. So the S meter is the preset there. That's that done. Squelch was a bit harsh. So squelch to full, that's volume. Squelch to full. We're on 100 microvolts. I want the squelch to open. And the preset is there. There we go. Now it's too coarse. Sorry, too little. That's where I want it to open, and it isn't doing. Very fine adjustment here. There we go. And off. That's exactly where I want it to be. So we've now got 100 microvolts tight, and let's see now what the minimum squelch is. So turn it down, set the threshold on the radio, signal generator back on, still 0.3. These don't have auto squelch. Right, so let's see what the sensitivity is now after that little bit of adjustment. So put the no, I want the cyanide meter. That's the one. And I'll hold on to the radio. So put a bit more volume on. Better plug the meter in. .44. .35, and for 100 microvolts, and the power's got clunked again. What am I doing? It is 1. So that just goes to show the detector was a little tiny bit out, because it now looks slightly worse to what it was before, but now it's going to be clearer and not garbled, so it would have been garbled with that. So this is why we do this. So that's well in spec. Now power wise, we are on 3.9 watts on channel 1. We want channel 40. .8 watts. I'm not even showing you the right meter, am I? And then we'll go to channel 1 CPT. And it's 3.9. So there we go. And remember, these take half a second to go into transmit. We're done. Put it back together. Let's see if, and we'll do an on the air test with it. So like a lot of sets, it's going to be developing less power towards the top end of the UK set of channels. We'll be doing the test on channel 31, so we're nearly, you know, out of 80 channels, we're pretty well near the top of the shop. And that means that when we're doing this test, this is going to be performing at about its worst. And I like tests which are worst case scenarios. which is why we do it. I think we've got another 3 Midland 78s. So I know one's an amber one. Not only that, it's the set which was our test radio for about 4 years. As used by Mr. Chippy. There we go. So we'll swap the aerial connecting us to the test gear, switch those off, to the roof aerial, and we'll see whether there's any good buddies out there. Well, we started off on EU, so we may as well run through. There'll only be interference. And UK. One Nana Roger. A lot of residual noise. I'll just take the aerial out. Yeah, it's definitely signal and not nothing. Right, we're done on the air test with that. And we'll stick that on eBay as a brand new but service set. Thank you for watching. Current model Midland 78 plus multi.